The Fan.
The Power Hour is live. KFAN.com/watch is where you can find it, and it's all thanks to Quantum Fiber. Your world unleashed.
Full face. That is Kevin Gorg right over there right now.
Hi, KG.
Hi, buddy.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
I'm real good. How about yourself?
Good. It's weird to be in here talking with you guys and not have a golf sweat later today, but we're going to get to that. We've got another, 6 weeks to go till we get to the Players' Championship, and Sauce and I were just talking about watching golf because right now the season's just kind of getting going in full swing, and it's so much fun.
Won't be long now, man. Parrish was complaining about that yesterday. He said he doesn't like watching golf before he can play golf because it makes him upset.
Parrish has a lot of money. He can go golf whenever he wants.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, there is that.
Yeah. You can always go to Top Golf or the Puttery.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Puttery I've heard sweet.
Where's that Puttery at?
Right across from Mara, Four Seasons downtown.
Oh, Lieber's spot.
That's Lieber's
That's right.
spot.
That's Lieber's spot, yeah.
Oh, cool.
You got so excited you said the wrong name.
Yeah, I did. I'm doing a bit in a bit.
Yeah, that's great.
Gorg, is there anything better than having future golf tickets in your pocket? Because I have Masters tickets already. Because why not?
Me too.
Who cares, right?
Me too.
Get one.
Who do you got?
I've got Spieth so far. He's the only guy I've locked in. I got him at 20-1. I thought that was a pretty fair price. Last year, by the time the tournament went off, I think he was 12 or 13-1. He always gets bet at Augusta. So I wanted to get in on the front end there. I'm hearing rumors this morning that Tyrrell Hatton might be the next big name to go to LIV. It's bumming me out. Some of those guys will be okay playing at Augusta, but just
I'm so
in general,
confused by the whole LIV thing. I don't mean to interrupt you, dude.
you're not alone.
I thought that they I thought they finished it. I thought that they
I thought they were going to combine. Yeah,
me too. Did that not happen?
Didn't happen. And then they took the tour, maybe their best player in John Rahm. And now they're going after Hatton, who might be their greatest personality. I mean, that guy melts down like Sauce and I. He's breaking clubs and swearing. I mean, he is so much fun to watch. So, yeah, it really bums me out.
So, did I just miss that? I mean, that should have been bigger news because it was giant news when they were going to combine. How did I miss that they're not doing it now?
Well, I think they were in negotiations, and it just kind of fell apart. At some point, it's going to happen. I think it's really a foregone conclusion.
Okay, yeah.
But until it does, it really impacts the way the tour goes about their business. They are losing some really high profile guys.
Yeah, and as we've talked about, when these guys can still play in the majors, they don't care.
They don't give a
that's
crap.
all they want to do anyway.
They're going to make more money playing less golf. And I mean, I hate to say it, Dustin Johnson hit the nail on the head. I don't love it. But unless you're some ham and egger that's trying to establish something, you're a known commodity and you can make $100, $200 million and just play in the majors.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. How do you not take the money?
Yeah, of course.
And knowing that likely in the next calendar year, they're going to be combined anyway. So yeah, they're really in a weird spot right now.
But that's not why you're here. Tell us why you're here, Kevin Gorg.
Well, we're getting ready for Hockey Day, Minnesota, and it's become a great tradition. Every year, it's a big holiday, and what makes the day so great to me is we get to showcase a really cool town that loves the game of hockey, and I think when you look at all the great towns in Minnesota, Warroad probably stands out as maybe the best. They call it Hockey Town USA for a reason. Think of a town that small and the amount of star players that have come out of there on both the boys and girls side. You think of Gigi Marvin, TJ Oshie at the top of the head, but going back to the Christian brothers and Henry Boucher, they're going to do a hell of a job. I was up there a couple weeks ago. It looks spectacular. They live for the game of hockey. And so we're going to showcase Warroad. We're going to showcase one of the greatest rivalries in boys high school hockey when Roseau and Warroad play. It's always epic. They played 3 weeks ago to an overtime win for Roseau. And then to me, it's now become a day where everybody in the Twin Cities finds a way to celebrate too. I've got two sisters that have kids that play hockey, and they get together in their neighborhoods and get the fire pit going, have the game on in the garage. They'll play bags. They'll get the beer going. It's become that day, and it's 18 hours plus of coverage. So you wake up and the games are on Bally Sports, and it's all day into the night. It concludes, of course, in St. Paul every year with the big party that is the Wild Game. This year they'll be hosting Anaheim. So we're looking forward to it. Our guy, Ryan Carter, mutual friend of the show here, will be heading up Friday morning. He'll be a big part of the broadcast on location, as will I. and we can't wait to get there.
Now, speaking of Ryan Carter, there were rumors that after White Bear Lake hosted, that Zach Halverson and Ryan Carter had grenaded it so badly that they were thinking about ending this. Is that accurate or not?
No chance.
The momentum continues.
It continues.
What kind of a legacy did Halverson leave?
Well, when you think of Halvey, and I heard the play-by-play earlier with the great enthusiast that he is, or maybe just getting a little too enthusiastic with the call. You think of White Bear hockey, right? You think of the heartbreak. I mean, I've heard him on your show talk about Hill Murray White Bear games when his team loses, and I feel so sad and just so it's like someone shot his dog.
Yeah. Which probably also happened.
Yeah, he did.
We do have to get him to do Let's Play Hockey, though. That has to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen.
My sources say somebody in the building is doing it tonight, and it's not Zach.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. Though.
Can we say who it is?
They announced it.
You ripped him.
Oh, they already announced it?
Chris Carr and company are going to do a great job at Country Night tonight. I'm looking forward to him.
So another iHeart member that is not Zach Halverson does Let's Play Hockey.
And who loves hockey in this building more than Halvey?
I mean, Chris Carr.
Chris Carr does.
He does?
Yeah, that's most of his morning show. Funny, country, hockey, mornings.
That's the name of it?
Yeah, that's the tagline.
Hockey
had no
is in
idea.
the sport, not
The sport,
that
not the
Hogs.
person.
Not
Right, that
Hogs.
would
Maybe I'll get to introduce a band at
Here we go.
Wee Fest or something.
Here we
Oh, boy, it's not even Tuesday.
No, Hawk.
There's
Hawk.
bonus.
I don't think
Hawk, chamber that one, Hawk. Holster it.
Well, the good news for Zach is there's 96 more home games this year, so he'll have a chance.
Yeah, he's got a real shot here.
Paul, your hands up.
Did Chris Carr ever call the power play Ebola?
He never has compared
I
the
think that's
Wild's
it,
power
yeah.
play
I think
to
that's
the
it.
Ebola virus. though.
Oh,
Has Zach?
Yes, he did.
that probably didn't help.
Nope,
In the
didn't help.
press box, right?
Eventually, they'll forget about it. Eventually.
10 years ago. I mean,
I'm saying.
I'm sorry. I was stupid.
You were young. How old were you?
I was 18, 19.
See?
Just a baby.
So
Just
Was
a baby.
that on Twitter, or did you say that on the horn?
it was Twitter.
Twitter, okay.
Has Tommy Olson ever done it?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think he said something about it.
I mean, the enthusiasm that guy brings at the
know.
hour he's on. Like, I was listening as I was getting ready. Where does he get his energy, you guys?
I think cocaine, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. We're
Like
not
Mason
narcs.
Shaw did an unbelievable job, right?
Yeah, he was incredible.
Tommy has more enthusiasm than that kid.
Oh,
right?
for sure. But Mason Shaw had the backstory and the passion, and you see him on the crutches. It's like, come on, man.
Yep.
It's like Rudy. But again, the beauty of having Halvey on that stage is he's such a mellow guy. You hear his voice every morning here, low key guy. When you get on that stage and you've got 18,000 people staring at you, that heart's pumping. I think we're going to see a different side of Halvey.
Let's practice it.
Yeah, Halvey, what do you got?
I don't have 18,000 people, but I can try.
Pretend. Close your eyes and imagine
More
you do.
listening.
Yeah.
All right, Wild fans, it's game time. With me. Let's play hockey.
Whoa.
You blew it.
All right, Zach, too, give it a shot.
Oh, no.
Either way.
I think he can do it.
I
Good
think,
job.
I think he can technically do it in terms of he knows the words, but will the Wild ever let him do it? I'm not sure.
We'll find
Just
out.
really
I
not
don't
so
know,
sure.
but,
Is he doing it tonight?
No,
he's
tonight
not.
is Chris Carr, hockey enthusiast Chris Carr from K102.
May I go back to Hockey Day, Minnesota for a moment?
Yeah.
6-hour drive to War Road, right?
Yeah.
There's a casino.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's called the Seven Clans Casino.
That's where I'm staying.
That's
Is
where I
it really?
spent my 21st birthday.
That's the place. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Right. So if it's that far away and it's on Lake of the Woods, you got to be real close to Canada, right? I mean, like, how far are you from Canada when you're in War Road?
Oh, you're within, I think, a 20-minute drive? Yeah.
My phone
Super
connected
close.
to Rogers' cell phone network up there.
Aaron?
The Rogers Canada cell phone network. That's how close.
I thought you were oh, yeah, good old Roger, man.
Yeah, good
Love
old
that guy.
Yeah.
So that's where that darkness retreat was.
Right.
I had no idea.
Yes.
Wow.
Good stuff.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I need to make that trip at some point, maybe for Hockey Day.
Well, and we got the great weather. I mean, normally you think January world, you think it's going to be 20, 25 below. It's going to be just the opposite, close to 30. So, yeah, we got lucky. And if you're going to drive up, the roads are going to be great. We're flying up, which is even better. Nice.
Flying up.
Yeah, Marvin, they do a nice job right in Warroad. They're a pretty big company. They've got a series of jets taking all the folks that are working up there. So we've got the 7 a.m. flight tomorrow, and it's an hour and 5 minutes. So, and then I can't roll my vehicle and total that. So that's also a bonus too.
That's
Wait,
good.
did that
Organic
happen to
turkey.
you once?
That happened in Black Duck, Minnesota back, 2009, leaving Baudette Bay. Yeah.
You rolled it?
Yeah, we
I didn't know you rolled it.
yeah, we had some bad weather. It was LaPanta, myself, and Dusty Peterson, who now works over with the Vikings. And it was so cold, the cameras were freezing. So after the high school games got over, we were going to do some stuff that night in conjunction with the Wild broadcast from site. But it was too cold to broadcast, so they sent us home early. And we're like, well, let's put the Gopher game on the radio. We'll listen to the Wild. We'll drive home. And 40 to 50 mile an hour winds, single lane road, middle of nowhere in Black Duck, and this snowdrift had kind of blown in the middle of the highway, and my van hit it, spun us to the right, and we rolled into a cornfield.
Are you kidding me?
No, it was scary. I mean, we're going back 15 years. People have heard the story, but we ended up running out of the car because LaPanta's like, this thing could blow up. And we're like, oh, yeah, we've seen movies. Okay. So we run to the highway, and there's nobody around, right? And it's 30 below. And all of a sudden we see a car. We flag down the car. They call the state patrol, and these two guys come pulling up. And we're sitting out there. We had gotten into our comfortable clothes, so we're in like jeans, tennis shoes, and a sweatshirt. And then the wind's howling, and the cops come and they open up the car. They're, hey, it's LaPanta and Gorg. What are you idiots doing out here?
Really?
And the van's sitting in the middle of this cornfield. And so the punchline of the whole experience is a couple hours later, we get onto a tow truck to get my car back to the Twin Cities, and there's the tow truck driver, LaPanta, Dusty, and myself, 4 grown men in the front of this tow truck, and he's got the GPS on, and it starts by saying the drive should take around 8.5 hours, but this thing goes like 45 miles an hour. It was a 13-hour drive with 4 grown men in the front of that tow truck. You talk about hell on wheels.
Are you kidding me?
Awful
Trains and
experience.
automobiles.
Yes, it was, and those were not pillows.
Yeah. Brilliant.
14 hours?
So back to the actual rollover. Did all of you have seatbelts on? And even with that, did you believe you were going to die?
You know, people always talk about, Corey, how everything slows down. And I will swear to you that it was in slow motion, because when you're driving, and I was the one behind the wheel, and we did have seatbelts on, when you start to roll, you're like, this is it. Like, your mind just goes to a different place. And it was just incredible slow motion. And so then you finally get done rolling, and I'd kind of spun halfway out of my seatbelt onto the dasher. LaPanta and I are like face to face. And the weirdest thing happened. So LaPanta's phone died, which was not weird because he never charges his phone. He's an idiot. So he had called his wife, Margot, on my phone to let her know the schedule change. I kid you not, when the van rolled, the phone hit redial. It called back to Margot. She answered and heard the aftermath of this accident. And she was so mad because Dusty had fallen asleep in the back, and he was hanging like a possum. And LaPanta was being very proactive. And he's like, guys, we need to get out of this vehicle. Something bad could happen. And he started yelling at Dusty because Dusty was still kind of half out of it. So he calls to tell Margot about the accident, and she already knew. And she's like, you weren't very nice to Dusty. I love that Margot, before she even got to "Are you okay?" said, you were mean to Dusty.
Wow, man. That's
It was
a hell of a
crazy.
story.
Yeah, that's
He was trying to save Dusty.
Yeah,
Get
man.
him out of the van.
But he snapped at Dusty pretty good, though. Oh, goodness. We can laugh now, but at the time it was not
terrifying.
very much fun.
Yeah, man. That's the kind of thing that you're shaking like 3 hours later. You're still shaking.
For sure.
Still thinking
yeah.
about it? Yeah.
I'm glad we're flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said.
Nothing bad can happen there.
No, well,
So when are you personally on the air? Give me your schedule on Saturday.
I'll be doing all 3 games outdoors from World. I'll be in the booth for the first game with Sam Ekstrom, who's doing play-by-play, and Rhonda Curtin, who's doing some of the color commentary with us. And then Carter hops into the booth with Sam Ekstrom. I'll be doing commentary and sideline reporting for the 2 boys games, Wayzata Moorhead, Roseau Warroad. So I'll be on the air from probably 8 a.m. till probably 6, 7 p.m.
Jeez, long day.
28 and sunny on Saturday.
How nice is that? Oh,
It's going to be perfect.
That's pretty good for Hockey Day, Minnesota. There's no
Very
doubt
lucky.
about that, yeah.
Wayzata making the trek up there, huh? That's a lot.
well, they're playing tonight in Roseau, and then they're going to play on Hockey Day against Moorhead. Wayzata was undefeated until Tuesday. They were 14-0-1, got beat by Edina Tuesday. They're ranked
my
number 2
squad.
in the state.
My squad's Edina now.
What's jumped over?
What's the coldest hockey day Minnesota you've been a part of?
Probably Bemidji.
Bemidji, yeah.
Yeah, Bemidji was 35 below actual temperature. See, Baudette Bay was more about the wind. The temperature was only like 25 below, but with the wind, it felt like 60 below. To me, it's a coin flip because of the wind factor, but actual air temperature, Bemidji a handful of years ago was ridiculously cold. And then one of the first years we had Jamie Hirsch come back, and we all love Jamie, and friend of the program for sure. But it was so cold, and she was so miserable because she was outdoors hosting at that set, and they're there all day. And I got to tell you, Bemidji was really, really cold.
Yuck.
You know, do you remember going to Bemidji, Corey?
Not really.
Yeah, we did a broadcast, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. You're still 2 hours and 20 minutes from Moore Road when you go to Bemidji.
It's a haul.
It's so far.
And that is the worst part of the drive.
Oh, I bet.
Easy.
Yeah, I bet. But you know what? I mean, you make, the state hockey finals, and you got to come here for it. That's a hell of a thing, right?
They pack up the whole town.
Yeah, man.
And Warroad does it so often. The girls
They
have
do
won
it all the time, yeah.
back-to-back. The boys were in the championship game last year. It's just tradition. And when you go up there, I mentioned I was up there a couple weeks ago, everybody's playing hockey. Like, the outdoor rinks are full. They keep their main rink at the Gardens open 24 hours a day. We just interviewed TJ Oshie when the Capitals were in town a couple days ago, and he talked about, as a kid, you could go to the rink at any hour of the day, any day you want, just to go play hockey. They kept the rink open, kept it going. Warroad is as hockey-centric as a town gets, and that's why I think this hockey day is going to be a little extra special. And if you're a fan of high school hockey and you know about Roseau and Warroad, these towns are connected. They're 20 minutes apart. They're both unbelievable hockey programs. There's been no dip. Like, you look at other programs around the state. My alma mater, Burnsville, right now is combined with their arch rivals at Apple Valley. These two programs up north, Roseau and Warroad, are still going strong. They're good every single year. And so to have that rivalry center stage like we had over at White Bear Lake when Hill Murray played the Bears, it just doesn't get any better.
I wonder what the population of Warroad is.
1,700. 1,800, I'm sorry, now.
It's that small?
Yeah, it's tiny.
And their rink
Roseau's
holds
2,700.
Their rink holds a little over 2,000, and it's full. Like, I don't know where these people, they've obviously come in from other towns, but hockey is the big deal up there, and that's, to me, what makes it such a special hockey day.
And you mentioned the rink that is open 24 hours in Warroad. Roseau's got a purpose-built one 24 hours as well. So both those towns, you can skate at any time of the day in a refrigerated rink. It's unbelievable, man. It's a special deal, and I love that rivalry, too.
All right, so let's see if we can go full circle, Gorg. So you're saying Roseau and Warroad, diehard hockey towns. They are 24 hours a day access to the kids and the youth that want to play hockey. They deserve Hockey Day Minnesota.
For sure.
So White Bear Lake getting it last year is the equivalent of Chris Carr doing Let's Play Hockey tonight. Wait your turn. Right? No. Warroad should have been first.
I hate you, but man, are you brilliant.
I think if you look at the best rivalries in high school hockey, if you look at the Twin Cities, it doesn't get any better than White Bear and Hill Murray. Halvey, you got to help me out here.
It delivered.
It did. It was an unbelievable game.
It was.
Halvey, who won that game?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't. We had fireworks, and it was not good. But
the fireworks went off early, right?
So yeah, it was 2-1 White Bear, and we're less than a minute to go, and the fireworks, somebody accidentally triggered it, and the fireworks are going off right behind. The goaltender has these fireworks going on in the background as he's trying to worry about. And the officials didn't stop the game. They didn't delay the puck. They dropped the puck. We were back underway. Hill ties it and then wins it in overtime. And still a memorable day, but rough end. But I love that Roseau rivalry as well. I went, like I said, celebrated my 21st birthday in Roseau, watching the Warriors and the Rams go. So I can't.
Nice.
I can't stress enough. Get up there if you can.
We have no interest
or
in
watch it on television.
Or watch it on TV.
That's a good idea.
Future best friend of Jeff Bezos and Amazon Prime, Kevin Gorg, is here. We'll talk more with KG. Can you stick around and do headlines and some other
Absolutely.
nonsense? All right, more with KG after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
So we were just reminiscing over here. The year that Zacho worked for the Chris Hockey Band as one of our techs, we played a show at the Pembina County Fairgrounds in Pembina, Minnesota.
Where the hell is that?
Right.
North Dakota, by the way.
Yeah, technically it's North Dakota. Sorry.
North Dakota.
It's North Dakota. That's right. I'm sorry. I said Minnesota. It's just across the border. It was 5.5 hours, and that's in a car. We were in the BBW, the big bandwagon, and it was a Wednesday night show. It was almost 6 hours. We went there and played for about 110 people, and then drove all the way back, and I did the show the next day.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Yikes.
Yeah. Oh, what a year we had, Zacho. Basically, it was like this. Eric, our agent, would call and say, do you want to play at beat? Yes! Didn't matter what he said. We just took the show.
Didn't matter where you were going or how many you were playing for. You just took the gigs.
Took the gig. Yep, that's what we did. We had a great summer. We played some great gigs, but that one was kind of dumb.
Bob Seger.
Oh,
Yeah.
So good.
So good. I played this for you and your van.
oh, brilliant.
Well played, Hawk. That was good.
Oh, man. That's a crazy story.
That was too much.
I'm going to tell you, the worst part of the story is the 14-hour car ride, though. That's the worst.
That tow truck. I felt bad for the driver, too. He was like, how did I get this gig?
Yeah, how did you find a guy who was willing to do that?
Especially in Black Duck. If you've ever been to Black Duck, by the time we got rolling, I mean, we left hockey day at like 7 p.m., but by the time we got in that tow truck, it was probably 10 o'clock at night. Oh, getting back at lunchtime the next day, I was like, oh, my God, this is going to be a long Sunday.
Do you have to pay that person for the time driving back as well? How does that work?
It ended up being like $1,400. And I did get reimbursed by the company. We had a boss at the time by the name of Jeff Bally, who's now running the things in Detroit. And Jeff is one of the all-time greats to work for. And he said, yeah, we got you covered. So,
jeez.
Yeah, it was still a process, though. You get home, you got no car. You're dropping that thing off, and it's done. Like, the thing is totaled. His
wife is mad at him.
Margot was not happy with Anthony. I can promise you that.
All right, should we do headlines?
Yeah, sure.
Now it's time for headlines.
What? Saudi Arabia has opened their first liquor store.
Oh,
wow.
Whoa.
That's a big move.
That's the only information I have.
that's it?
That's all I know.
I'm honestly there was probably a lot of demand for it with all the sports they're starting to host over there these
But you
days.
can't bet on the sports. Like, they have horse racing where they go and you don't bet.
What's the point?
That's what I'm
Who
thinking.
wants
Really?
to watch that?
It's ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah, the
come
horses
on.
are like, what's this about?
I need my car.
I'm running for nothing.
Stupid.
Wow.
Is it open on Sundays?
In Saudi Arabia, they probably would have beaten Minnesota too.
Yeah, correct.
Speaking of gambling, this is genius. This is so niche because this is going to happen to almost no one. But this guy's kind of a genius. So do you know on scratch-off lottery tickets, you can just scan the bottom, right? You don't have to technically scratch it off. You can just scan the little barcode,
I had no idea.
and it'll tell you whether you win or not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And
you don't have to do
one
it.
of the genius reasons is if you're not quite sure how the game works, you're maybe not sure if you won or lost, you can just scan your card and see if you won, right? This dude's a genius. A husband in Missouri bought a lottery ticket and just scratched off the barcode, not the whole game, scanned it, and realized he had $100,000.
Nice.
Didn't tell his wife, let her scratch it off, so she got to have the experience of hitting the jackpot.
And he probably videotaped it, which is awesome.
Because she doesn't know that the little scratched off barcode at the bottom is the difference. So she scratches off the card, sees that they won $100K and loses their mind.
Outstanding.
That's genius.
Oh, I love that.
That's brilliant.
So if you're ever doing that in the future, just in case you hit a big one, just keep that in the back of your mind. That just scan the little barcode
100 grand
off.
would be nice.
It's a very cool thing to do, but it's very odd that he told the press.
You mean look what I did?
Yeah, like you should have kept that to yourself forever, right?
He probably shared the video on Facebook
social,
and it went
yeah.
viral.
Yeah.
Hard
right.
not to
I
share
see
that.
what you're saying, though. You're saying,
Yeah.
Like if you really wanted to give her the experience, you let her have it, right? But I guess she
Excuse
got
me?
it from scratching off.
Yeah,
the Yeah,
right.
you're right. Never mind. I should shut up.
No, you shouldn't.
Thanks,
no,
baby.
but that's if you're going to keep it off social media.
Yeah.
I love your theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Even if find a way to make it. How do you make it where she even thinks she bought it? I'm trying to even go next level and make it where you try to give her 100% of the credit, not just, hey, I bought these, scratch them off and see what happens, right? How do you even convince her that she bought them?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have time to think about
I
that.
ain't doing that.
It's a lot of work.
I'm already at the casino spending my $100,000.
Yeah.
Well, how about $2 million? You want to spend $2 million?
Hell yeah, let's
That'd
go.
even more fun.
Well, a guy in Pennsylvania is facing charges after he stole his father-in-law's life savings and went on a spending spree. I have so many questions, but check this out. So this guy's 29 years old. He's from Altoona. Last February, he called the cops to report a break-in and claimed that somebody stole his father-in-law's safe.
Oh, no.
The police reportedly were almost immediately suspicious. So they kept an eye on him and noticed that he started making some unusually large purchases shortly after the theft.
Idiot.
Come on.
He was unemployed at the time, but managed to buy some ATVs, a brand new Harley. He would also buy stuff with $30, buy stuff for $30, pay with $100, and tell people to keep the change.
Did you see that he paid a tow truck operator to drive him for 14 hours?
He also, by the way, paid always in cash, and that turned out to be his undoing. His father-in-law had been saving it for decades. Most of the money was older style bills.
Oh, my God.
And employees at the stores confirmed that he was using old bills and that they smelled a little bit musty.
Oh, come on.
I have two questions. One is, I guess, a point. The other one's a question. How do you not know?
You can't be this dumb.
How do you not know that they're going to keep an eye on everybody involved if $2 million's gone? But here's my bigger question. Who the hell, even in a safe, who has $2 million in cash in their home?
Yeah.
Unless you're a drug dealer.
Yeah.
$2 million.
That's crazy.
$2 million in cash.
That's
money
a
makes
lot.
money, Grandpa.
Yeah, correct.
The father-in-law's an idiot.
Yeah.
Put it in something, and that $2 million could have been $30 million. What are you doing having it collect dust in a safe?
Yeah.
He deserves to get it robbed. I'm surprised I didn't steal it.
And his daughter's not real good at picking mates.
No.
Oh,
Nope, but check this out. I'm glad you brought that up. Turns out Andrew and his wife were in the middle of a divorce when this went down. And he was using a bunch of the money that he stole to, quote, take care of his new girlfriend.
Get down.
Yeah, tie down. Whose is it?
This poor guy.
An idiot.
My God. That's a hell of a story. We just took a little ride there.
We sure did. So did he on his new ATV.
He's taking a ride.
Saw us 13 hours ago. 13 hours ago on Twitter, you posted Good Grief with Dan Levy is a wonderful film, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I stand by it.
Yes.
Love that song.
What the hell is Good Grief?
It's a movie that Dan Levy from S Creek wrote, directed, and starred in. He loses his husband tragically, and it goes from there. Hawk, you would absolutely love it. It's a great film.
Awesome. I've not even heard it.
You're sure?
Yeah. I stand by it. Yeah, it deals with grief in a weird way. It takes a couple of turns that you don't see happening. It's just wonderful. There's like a couple things going on in it. It's a great film. Now, can I ask you a question? Mm-hmm. Did you ask me this so next week when I'm not here, Meat Sauce Robot can give the review of what I just said?
Now, don't start thinking.
Who doesn't love Meat Sauce Robot? I giggle every time he's on.
That's what I'm saying. Don't ruin it for us now. Don't start using that brain of yours.
It's time to spell check sauce.
All right. Here we go, Gorg.
I love this so much.
This is just a one tweet game because this was from last night.
Grief.
Oh, come on.
And we're not even going to play the game. I'm just going to read it. There's no point in playing this because nobody could guess this unless you saw it. Last night you were watching the Timberwolves take on the Washington Wizards of Anaheim, right?
Oh no!
And obviously the Wizards were the Wolves were struggling against the Wizards, right? I think were they down at halftime, Maxo?
Yes,
yeah, they were struggling against Washington. 12 hours ago, Sauce tweeted, "This would a season-defining loss."
Oh man, I didn't put a B in there.
Duh.
I was sad about that movie that Meat Sauce Robot will review a week from today.
So you were so sad that you saw the movie Good Grief that you tweeted, "This would a season-defining loss."
Yeah, would be, right?
Yeah.
All right. See, you don't got to be mad at me because of my pretty take. You hate me now.
What are your thoughts on Brock Purdy, Kevin Gorg?
I think he's a lot like Kirk Cousins. You'd love to have him on your team.
Would kill
Is
to
he
have
Patrick
Brock Purdy.
Mahomes? Is he an elite?
No, he's in that next group.
He for sure is.
Yeah, he's in that next group.
I give you the weapons he has are fantastic. You still got to put the ball in their hands. You still got to make plays, and he does that.
Exactly.
So I think he's a solid quarterback.
Here's something I didn't know until this morning, unless we've talked about it 30 times in the last 22 plus years of the Power Trip Morning Show. Al Capone, you're familiar with him, right? He died on this day, January 25th, 77 years ago. He died in 1947. He was only 48 years old. None of this part I care about. What I do care about is he died on the verge of syphilitic insanity. He died of neurosyphilis.
Yep. Good job.
Neurosyphilis.
Hawk? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, that is for sure.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
What is the difference between syphilis and neurosyphilis?
I think it's just when it gets really bad and you don't treat it, it can kill you. It's actually a pretty dangerous disease. From what I've heard.
Syphilitic insanity.
Friend told me.
So it seeps into your brain? So it gets into your blood cells and seeps into your brain? Is that what we're talking about here?
Yeah, you go insane, basically.
Hawk?
It used to happen all the time back in the day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, a whole side of my family tree died.
Oh. Because they all gave it to each other?
Yeah, they couldn't stop. Yeah, well, don't knock it.
You've 100% had it right, Hawk.
Gave it to each other.
Hogs?
Yeah.
Have you had it?
No, I've not. No. Don't start spreading that.
Have you had crabs?
I don't answer questions anymore. No more questions.
All right.
That would a family-defining disease.
I get it. I see it.
Hey, Sauce.
What?
Try this one.
He's getting edgy.
I got to rip him to shreds because he's going on vacation. He's going on his honeymoon next week. He's going to have a lovely week. We got to tear him down
fair.
so Kel can build him back up.
I love that idea.
Sauce. On January 25th of what year did the first Winter Olympic Games take place? January 25th, which is today. Of what year? First Winter Games ever.
Boy, that is a good question. I've never thought about this before.
Sauce, you go first. Set the bar.
Well, they're every 4 years. I would say, it's probably easy math, but I don't want to do the math. That's why you're asking me. I'm going to say 1960.
1960. Any reason why you're guessing 1960?
No.
Gorg, take a shot. You like winter sports.
I'm going to go earlier than that. I'm going to go 44.
I'm going to say 44. Chris.
Man, like I said, I've never
Good
thought about this
question.
before, but winter sports have been huge forever. Yeah, I'll just say 52.
52. Maxo.
I don't know. Maybe it's maybe we would have heard about it, but maybe it's the 100-year anniversary. I'm going to say 1924.
Why even go on? That's the exact answer.
Are you kidding? Wow.
1924.
Way to go, dude.
100 years ago today.
How about that?
How about that, Maxo? You nailed it.
I figured there had to be some
1924.
significance to
Yeah,
it.
good point. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
In France.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well said.
Way to go, Max.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, KG.
Wow.
Pennsylvania has banned thousands of different vulgar and offensive vanity license plates, but one of them that's making the news is Gandalf apparently is not allowed.
Why not?
The wizard from Lord of the Rings. You can't have a license plate in Pennsylvania that says Gandalf.
Well, that's a damn shame.
Why not?
Let me
I
go
don't
to
know.
Urban Dictionary real quick.
Yeah, it's probably something.
And I'm sure
you're right.
Bonus is devastated.
My guess is you loved the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Absolutely not.
Yes!
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
They're fantastic films. The first
Can't do
three.
it. Can't
Why?
do it.
No.
I don't enjoy any of that
Boring.
stuff. Oh, there you go.
Boring.
So you don't like well, you're not much of a TV guy, but you haven't seen Game of Thrones either?
No.
So you're just not into the fantasy stuff.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, wasn't for me.
It's too bad. Those are great films. The third one won Best Picture.
I know they're well done. Not for me.
Did you
They're
see
not on
them?
my
though?
mind.
Did you see them?
Good question. Did you
I
see
went-
him and dislike him or
I
not
went to
see
that.
him at all?
I went to one, and the first one,
Fellowship of the Ring.
and that was it.
That was it, huh?
I didn't care for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a Harry Potter guy either. They're not for me. So I don't know.
Hey, you like what you like.
You do.
A 15-year-old kid in Kansas slipped on the ice and impaled himself with a pair of pliers.
Sweet Jesus.
Oh, God. It's like Final Destination.
Sounds like he's going to be okay, but that's pretty aggressive.
That sounds
It
terrible.
had to be needle nose, right? I guess, right?
Maybe.
Like,
Oh, I thought you were just calling him a name.
Yeah.
oh, needle nose Ned?
Come on, you like Groundhog Day, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic
Yeah,
film.
absolutely.
Yeah, wonderful.
Ned Ryerson, needle nose Ned the head. Come on, buddy, Westchester. Season 2 of Squid Game is coming this year. I never saw the first one. I know the whole world did, but Squid Game
with
season
you.
2 this year.
It's really good, man.
That's what everybody
That's
said.
not even the right word, I would say. It was completely
different?
original. How about that?
Yeah.
And as I get older, with the Marvel films and stuff like that, I'm way more into a movie if it's something I've never seen before.
Totally. Yep. Even TV shows that I don't like or movies that I don't like, you still once in a while got to tip your cap and go, never seen anything like it, didn't necessarily care for it, but still liked that it was different. 100% with Chris.
Yeah.
Give me something new. That's why I still think Severance is one of the greatest TV shows of all time.
Love that.
One season in. I've never seen anything like it, ever.
Or how about just give me a character that is completely unlike any other character I've ever seen? For instance, Fargo season 5.
The dude from Fargo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Have you seen that, Gorg?
Only the movie.
Okay, this season.
Oh, the TV show is excellent.
Oh my
Really?
goodness.
Excellent.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I got to watch it because I love the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And there's
Almost
a lot of
impossible
tips
not
of the
to.
cap to the movie in this season.
Okay.
Yeah, lots.
I believe how you pronounce her name is Ayo Edebiri. Is that right, Max, the gal from The Bear?
Yeah, I think,
Is that how you say her
it's
name?
something like that. I think she said it with more, it's like Edinburgh, but same.
Okay,
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
quicker.
Yeah. Mhm.
She's hosting Saturday Night Live on Feb 3.
Oh, cool.
Another fantastic show. Again, you love movies so much. I think it's
know.
because you love the theater experience.
I do.
But man, you're missing out on some good TV, dude.
I've heard that show's
The Bear is
fantastic.
phenomenal.
99% on Rotten
good.
Tomatoes.
Who the hell gave Dave Schwartz access to Rotten Tomatoes?
Dude, honestly, what is the movie, Max, that she was just in about the girls in college or high school who
Mean Girls?
Bottoms.
bottoms? My gosh,
Hilarious.
is that movie
It's-
hilarious?
I didn't know you ended up
Zach's
watching
laugh
it.
after you said bottoms.
I didn't know you ended up watching it,
yeah,
Hogs.
I did.
Tommy turned it
finally
off.
did.
Bottoms.
It was.
I haven't heard of this one.
It's so funny. It's like, have you guys ever been in the movie theater where the movie's funny, but someone in the theater is laughing so hard that everyone starts laughing at the person's laugh? That
Yes.
was me during Bottoms. I was
No kidding.
in tears laughing.
huh?
It's the funniest movie I've seen all year. Easily.
Wow.
These two girls, lesbian girls who are best friends, decide they're going to start a fight club to meet girls, right?
Oh, I did see the preview for this.
Yeah, it's so.
And that's it's so much better than what I just said. Just trust me.
It evolves into so much. And Marshawn Lynch is incredible in
Marshawn
it.
Lynch
Yeah,
is-
Marshawn Lynch?
Great.
He's like their gym teacher basically.
Oh,
and
no.
he's so
That guy makes me
freaky,
laugh.
Oh, I do
my
like him.
gosh.
funny, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Bottoms.
So
Bottoms.
either way, good
she's
for her,
great in
though.
everything,
She's
yeah.
killing it. Yeah, The Bear's a game changer for her because she's
Yeah,
just phenomenal. But
sure.
she's winning awards.
And the
left
guy
and
from
right,
The
but-
Bear was just in a movie.
The Wrestling
Iron Claw.
I did see that one.
Jeremy
that
Allen
was a
White.
depressing movie.
It is.
Yeah.
It's even more depressed. The real story is actually more depressing
I'm
in real
telling you,
life. It's
real
so
story
It
crazy.
was
is
a good
tough.
movie. Zac Efron is unbelievable.
He's
but
so good.
Holy cow, is that a depressing movie?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
See, again, you got life on the road. You have time to consume
You're like
media.
Bon Jovi.
But man,
Yeah,
you
man.
do love films. So
Love.
You're always watching movies on flights.
always.
Never TV shows. Almost never.
I really focus on the movies. I got to find better shows because you guys.
Well, we can give you the good shows. I know all of them.
So The Bear is it a cooking related show?
It's a restaurant show.
Ostensibly,
Yeah, but-
it is.
What
Yeah,
you
but
said.
it's way deeper than that, of course. It's just it's a whole bunch of people that are kind of broken that are trying to put their lives together or
Okay.
at least on the right path. So it's about a restaurant, but it's
It's wonderful.
Because that guy was outstanding in The Claw. So
was he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. So I am intrigued by
He's really good.
maybe catching on with that show.
It's very good.
And Cousin is rumored to be the Thing in the new Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah.
That's been the big rumor. Is
that
that
right?
he might be the Thing.
Hawk
That guy's-
loved the first Fantastic Four.
I thought it was real good.
It's so
well, that was
bad.
my nickname in high school, by the way.
The Thing?
No, the Fantastic Four. And I'm like,
yeah, we know.
it's about the way you move your bottom.
Oh, you're nowhere near that.
You're right.
Colorado, South Dakota, Vermont, and Delaware,
Delaware.
according to Google, are the states that ask the most about how to retire at the age of 40. On the flip side, people in Indiana, Christopher, and Tennessee are the realists. They're the ones most likely to Google how to retire by 62. So they're only asking for a couple of extra years. But some other...
Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware wants to be done at 40. Do you have an age you would like to hang it up, Kevin?
I don't know. I've never really... I love what I do. So if I can keep doing what I'm doing, I'll keep going as long as I can. Kind of like Dark did, right? But if I was doing something I didn't enjoy, I'd want to retire as quick as possible. And I love what I'm doing, so I haven't really thought about it.
Speaking of Dark, Hawk, did you see Sauce's tweet from yesterday?
It depends.
Go to @MeatSauce1 on Twitter.
Alrighty.
13 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So Sauce and Dark sitting next to each other 13 years ago. Joe Mauer and Henry Lake also there, some kind of a broadcast at a bowling alley or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
That doesn't even look like Sauce.
I remember that kid, though.
Hideous.
I honestly barely do. It doesn't even look like you.
That's him.
No beard.
Yep.
It's a great picture, though.
Ugly.
Oh.
I mean, I'm ugly.
Come on.
Henry Lake should have said, it was over a decade ago. I still love this picture with Joe Mauer at the HFC updates bowling fundraiser. Gone but not forgotten, legendary Dark Star. And on the far right, Meat Sauce Shrek Lambert. I look awful.
No, you don't.
Even my beautiful, lovely wife was like, "You've gotten so much more handsome."
You have.
And I'm like,
Oh, how nice.
You have.
That picture is disgusting. I'm ugly as all. I'm a 0 in that picture. I look mad. I don't know why I'm
angry.
mad.
I will say you do look a little angry.
Are you waiting on anybody to disagree?
No, no. Brilliant.
I didn't know how to approach it.
We weren't sure if this was you need a self-esteem.
No.
Because here's what I'll say to you.
I'm like a fine wine.
Would you rather look like that now and have looked better then?
No.
Or look like that then and look better now? Because you're a 10 compared to that now.
Exactly.
Thanks, Hogs.
You're welcome.
Wouldn't it be nice to time travel back and whisper in that hideous man's ear and just go
a third plate of food?
Right. And by the way, somebody pointed out on Twitter, there is a giant plate of food right in front of you.
Which may have been...
Yeah.
It may have been darts.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you like to tell that, 27, 28-year-old dude, you're gonna marry Kelly, you're fine?
Yeah.
No.
Right now, at that point in your life, you would have rather married garlic bread.
Oh, yeah.
But you ended up with Cal. You're going on a honeymoon next week, and it's going to be all-inclusive. You can have all the garlic bread you want, and you get Cal.
Yeah. You know what I'd talk
What a life.
I'd go back in time and I'd say this to that guy. I'd say that,
Uh-oh.
go ahead and eat as much as you want now. You're going to be skinny later, but right now, just load up.
Great point. Great point.
But you're getting behind me in line.
What's another 6 pounds? Go for it.
Don't worry, we're going to get a burrito after the show tomorrow.
And then complain about how fat we are. We ate a lot of burritos,
We
Hogs.
sure as hell did,
But it's
brother.
all I've thought about since you
I can't
brought that
stop
up.
thinking about it. I know.
Yeah.
Speaking of throwbacks, we are returning to the good old days. Jon Stewart is returning to the Daily Show.
Interesting.
He is only going to host, though, Monday nights for this year's presidential election run-up.
Oh, boy.
The rest of the week is going to be the team of correspondents, and god dang, do they have a really good group right now. They're loaded with talented people on that show, but he's going to host Monday's correspondents the rest of the week.
He's the GOAT, right?
He's the GOAT.
He's the one.
Yep. So he did it for, 16 years? Then Trevor Noah took over. Roy Wood Jr. is awesome. Ronnie Chang's awesome. Jordan Klepper's awesome. Desi Leidick's awesome. They have so much talent.
Think of the material they're going to have, too. Oh, this thing's going to get dicey.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's why he's coming back.
Yeah.
right.
That's why I watch sports.
Right.
Yeah.
No kidding. Yeah.
It's definitely deja vu from
Hey,
16
Max.
and 20.
Oh, hey. You going there today, Cor?
No, I'd probably just sit there with a plate of garlic bread as well.
You're not going to get none of the Voo Dogs?
No, just pour one out for my guy Dark Star.
And they
Yes.
got great Diet Coke.
Whoa.
Do they?
They do.
All right.
Why do you think I was going?
Yeah, great point.
You know, like the hot dogs.
Get that out of my face, honey. Give me another DC.
KG, you know how like Dark Star died and then basically the Warriors went on an unbelievable run for a decade as soon as he was gone?
all talked about that out of Canterbury, yeah.
So I'm not cheering for the death of Paul Allen.
No.
Jeez.
What the hell?
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Oh, God, I know where you're going. Don't do that.
What is it going to take to get the Vikings a Super Bowl?
Come
ring?
on, man.
Like just a decade of dominance.
Oh, I can't believe you went there.
And then we would all say things like, God, Man, it would have been nice. Paul Allen would have loved this. The same way we all did that with Dark, right? We're like, man, Dark's missing the greatest run in Warriors history.
Every game when they were terrible.
When they did not watched all the Warriors
a game.
right?
Yeah, he had NBA ticket for those games.
That's a true fan.
Yeah, he loved them.
That's
He was
why
a diehard.
that's why you cheer for the Lions to win the Super Bowl. There are fans of the Lions out there.
For sure.
And the Lions are the Timberwolves.
What do you mean?
Yes.
They're the last 30 years, they're almost the exact same franchise.
Terrible.
Right? They've had like a couple of great players. They had like one run where they looked like they were going to be something. For the Lions, it was 30 years ago, right, with Barry Sanders. They are perennial bottom feeders. And then now they have everything in the right place. Everything's lined up. The stars are aligned. They have talent. They might have the right coach. It's the Wolves. The Wolves are going to win the title this year.
Well,
the Lions.
Somebody out there has a ticket in their hands.
Of course they do.
With a Lions and Timberwolves parlay to win it all, and they're going to get rich.
The only person on the planet that could have that is Common.
Yeah.
No one else with a brain would have done that.
He wouldn't have the Wolves.
No, he doesn't
might have
gamble.
the Lions. He won't have. Yeah, no chance.
The Lions were so bad that 2 all-time great players just decided to stop playing football instead of keep playing for them.
Yep.
Great point.
That's right.
Barry was outstanding, and Calvin Johnson is one of the best wide receivers ever.
A freak at that position.
And he said, yeah, that's fine.
I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm in the prime of my career. I can make a boatload of money, but I'm in Detroit. I've had enough.
Saying that Barry was a great running back is
He's the best.
Superman's
Barry Sanders is my dad's Jim Brown, right? Like it makes me feel old to go, the best running back I've ever seen is Barry Sanders, but it's the truth.
It's Walter Payton or Barry Sanders for me, and I go back and forth. Barry Sanders was more fun to watch. I mean, that guy was just electric. I mean, it was like a video game.
Feast or famine.
It was incredible. Oh,
he'd run 8 plays for 1 yard and then do something you couldn't believe for 92 yards.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Yep, unreal.
Yeah.
I hope the Lions win. What do you guys think this weekend?
Man, I'm afraid it's going to be the favorites in the Super Bowl. It just seems too easy to me. They're home games for both those teams.
Yeah. I think the one thing, though, that we keep overlooking, and I know a lot of us did this last weekend, it's hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
The Ravens are the better team. They're at home. They should win, but it's still maybe the most talented quarterback of all time.
With Andy Reid calling the shots.
He just doesn't lose. He finds ways to win.
Yeah, I think KC can win that game. I think San Francisco probably rolls Detroit.
Yeah, they got to have Debo.
If Debo plays.
Yeah.
If Debo does not play, they are a different team.
You think it's that big a swing, really?
Well, we saw it here with the Vikings. They beat them without Debo.
Yeah, that's true.
San Francisco without Debo, then I'm intrigued by Detroit with the 7 points. If you're going to give me 3.5 points and Mahomes, even if KC doesn't win that game, I think it's going to be a very close game.
Yeah.
I can't go against Andy Reid, so I'm going to take KC plus the points. And if Debo plays, I think you roll with the Niners. If not, then I think you have a case to be made for.
They can put pressure on him, though. All the defensive line of the Lions is good.
Boy, Purdy looked bad last week. He did.
You can't say that.
Bad. But he's not going to do that 2 weeks in a row at home, right? I mean, he was awful.
Especially if we don't have rain.
Yeah, he was bad.
Keep it clean.
Yeah.
What would you blame Purdy's problems on last week?
Too late in the show. We can't do it.
We don't have time to play Milli Vanilli.
What? We always have time.
No, there's no time.
Right out of time.
Because we got to preview tomorrow's show.
Oh,
Giant show tomorrow.
Big show.
So
500,
Chris
right?
will be here. Initials game 500 at 8:15. We're going to do it from the Performance Studio. And $57,500 online with the Initials jackpot, thanks to St. Paul Federal Credit Union. And we do the Charts Challenge punishment wheel for Zacho. We spin the first spin in the 7 o'clock hour, right around 7:10 or so. And then location 2, the second spin will be after game 500. So specifically 7 to 9 tomorrow is going to be on fire.
Awesome.
No offense to 5:30 to 7, but the back half of tomorrow's show is going to be awesome.
Can't wait.
Good stuff,
Gorg, you're the
boys.
best, dude.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
I'm glad you survived the rollover
Yeah,
of
please
whatever,
be
a decade
careful,
and a half
for
ago.
God's
Drive
sakes.
carefully.
Like Hawks, we're
fly
fine this year.
careful.
What could
Okay.
go wrong? Everything's fine.
9 to noon is next. Paul Allen is absolutely still alive and well. We'll see you tomorrow, 5:30 to 9.
Only question